Nick, what's up, man? How you doing today?
Yo, what's going on, Sergio?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Nick today on the podcast. And first of all, how would you introduce yourself to someone who maybe doesn't know you?
Someone doesn't know me. My name is Nick Hoskin, also known as NLH.Nick. 6'7", milk chocolate, sexy. I drive a Corvette 2025. I bought it just actually a couple months ago at 20 years old. And I'm an entrepreneur. I do digital equity dealing. I also do TikTok shop.
Yeah, I want to get into your entrepreneurship journey like today, but are you really 6'7"? Fucking hell, I didn't know that. Holy shit.
I'm 6'5", but there's like a meme going around.
Yeah,
But,
no, 6'7", yeah. Bro,
like
it's crazy. Like if you look into the world, these guys are making so many fucking memes off of that shit. So it's literally everywhere nowadays. So many coins off of that meme. You know what I mean? So if you like go to a big city like Miami, etc., I feel like if you spend around time around those crypto guys, all they talk about is these meme coins, right? And don't get me wrong, I've been in the markets for a while too, but like some of these guys are just like that's all they think about. You know what I mean?
I know. Check this out, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was in Miami.
Yeah. How would you describe Miami with one word?
Miami with one word.
Mm.
Egocentric. It's pretty much have yachts or have nots. Who can spend the
Yeah.
most amount of money?
Yeah. Definitely does seem that way.
Yeah.
Let's start from the beginning. How did you first grow up? What was your childhood like?
Yeah, so I grew up in Qatar. I was
Mm.
about 3 years old when I moved there. And then I spent like maybe 6, 7 years over there. And it was something, man. It was actually mostly desert out there.
Mm.
Nothing really to do. 105 degrees. But that's where a lot of rich people are. That's where
Mm.
I learned about a little bit of hustle, but I was young, so I didn't really take it in. You know,
Where were you born in?
I was born in Dallas, Texas.
Ah, Dallas. Interesting. So
And I
how come your parents decided to move you to Qatar?
just like opportunity. We had some like
Ah.
opportunity, but like it didn't work
Mm.
out, so we just moved back. Yeah,
Did you ever think about like did you ever visit Qatar again as an adult?
yeah. I visited there. I have some friends over there,
Mm.
but I would rather stay in U.S. That's my home.
Who did you look up to as a kid? Because whether that's like someone online or someone in real life.
You talking about like entrepreneur wise, business wise? Like, what do you mean?
Actually, yeah, probably if you had someone like that.
Yeah, I'd say my father. My father is like the most
Mm.
hardworking man, and I also take inspiration from Luke Belmar. I like him a lot.
Oh,
I like
look, yeah.
him. I like his teachings. Yeah,
Actually, both of the Belmar brothers are pretty based. They Luke. I've learned a lot about Luke from Luke. Not just about business, but really just life, life philosophy in general. There are a lot of books that he recommended that I ended up reading that I would have never stumbled upon by myself. You know?
yeah, like As Man Thinketh by Paul Allen. I
Yeah.
think it is absolutely amazing book.
I haven't started that one to be honest. So yeah, but I started. I read actually the whole book. Um, what's it called? This time is different. Yeah, and it was about like a few decades of the mistakes in the stock market, and it's like it's so well told that even a retard can understand it, but there is a certain depth to it, and so many of these books you have to pay attention You know what I mean? Like, so if you try to speed run a book, you might forget like half of it, and that's not really an exaggeration. A lot of people don't. They try to read as many pages a day as they can, but if you just read 2-3 pages and then actually take it in and read a book for like 2-3 months, you'll take the lesson so much deeper.
Exactly, man. You know what they say, man. The tortoise wins the race by being slow and steady. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And even going back to a book, like rereading one, I don't think that's a bad thing either.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you work many 9 to 5s when you were like younger?
Yeah, bro. I worked plenty. I worked Panda Express. That was actually Walmart was my first job. I was a cart pusher. I
Ah.
would push carts every single day, and I eventually got fired because I didn't follow the rules. I went to
Mm.
TJ Maxx. I quit that shit. Horrible. Oh my gosh, I couldn't do it. And then my last job I ever had was Panda Express.
Mm.
That one I got fired from for giving away free food. And so, yeah, so I've worked a lot of, 9 to 5 jobs, but I thank God after looking back and getting fired from Panda Express, that was the biggest blessing in my life. At the
Mm.
time, I was very poor. I didn't have that much money. And I thank God.
I wanted to transition into how did you even get into entrepreneurship? What were like the first business models that you tried?
Yeah, so 18, man, I was in my dorm room trying everything. I saw these kids making money online, drop shipping, trading, SMA, all that bullshit. So I tried every single one of them. I lost a bunch of money in trading. I lost
Mm.
money in drop shipping. I didn't know what I was doing. I eventually quit that. And then what I realized is I had a TikTok page where I used to just post relatable content. And
Mm.
then I saw one guy on there making money from TikTok. So I realized, well, hold on. Let me try this. So then, boom, I get my first free sample. They send you everything for free. It was an ice roller. So I rolled it
Mm.
on my face, put a little text on there. I made 60 cents my first sale. That's nothing, obviously. But to me at the time, that was everything. That was everything. That was the
Mm.
start of something great. That was the start of something imaginable that I could get to
Mm.
10K, 20K, 30K a month.
Mm. You know, I feel like when you make your first money online, and that's like when your mind kind of like expands and realizes, and you buy something in real life for it. I think that's when it kind of clicks, like, oh shit, this shit actually is real. This is not like just a dream no more. Like, for example, like, yeah, sure, the computer that I had us for a long time, but for example, this notebook, again, I bought it with money I made online, and a lot of the other stuff I did, and I'm moving out with money that I'm making online, and when you make that first $50 online, I feel like that's when you actually realize that it is real. But like so many people quit before they ever even make their first sales. Why do you think that is?
People quit because people are lazy. I've taught multiple people in my college dorm room. They're seeing me making 5 grand a month, 7 grand a month, 10K a month at just 18. And so I've taught people, and the most thing I see, people make a little bit of success, but they just give up. They would rather go work a job because I feel like that's
Mm.
the only thing they've been programmed to do. School is a scam, college is a scam, and it manipulates your brain into thinking the only way for you to make money is working a job. And
Mm.
I don't think that way. I know you don't think that way,
Yeah.
and that's why we're on a different level than everyone else.
Yeah. Bro, I dropped out of high school when I was 16 without my parents knowing about it.
That's
So
good.
basically, I needed my parents' signature, so I found a post letter off a letter from the post office or something where I had my mom's signature on it, and I just
No.
copied it, and I put it to the principal's office, bro, and I dropped out, and I was surprised that I got away with it, but I'll forever remember and cherish that story because that was something I was thinking about for so long. months I was literally thinking, how much trouble am I gonna get into and all of that, and because basically I knew that high school was basically fucking useless. I didn't want uh to finish high school. So I found a way to get it done, and I remember that relief afterwards that I had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot of people when like their parents are trying to force them into college, and they find a way to just not have to go. Like it's like you have freedom again. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I found when I made that first sale, bro. That was everything. That was everything to me.
Mm.
60 cents. It's nothing. It's pocket change, you know. But I learned. Hold on. If I can make 60 cents off of off a
Mm.
10-second video, I can make $1,000 from a 10-second video. That's
Mm.
exactly what I did.
So, how did you keep scaling from there?
So keep scaling. I failed over and over and over again. I failed. I failed. I failed. But the one thing that separated me from all my friends that I put on, I kept on going even though I saw no success.
Mm.
I realized there has to be something on the other side of the tunnel to get me to get that life I want. Get me in a Miami
Mm.
penthouse, in a Dallas penthouse, on a yacht,
Mm.
flexing on the hoes, flexing on the brokies. You know?
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I showed consistency every day, even though I was making shit. I was making $0 in sales every
Mm.
day. And then one thing hit. One thing hit.
Was it one viral video, or was it what was it?
Yeah, it was actually one. It was one slideshow. So what I would do is I had two photos. I'd put two photos, one for myself, just a picture of me,
Mm.
and then the next one the product. And the
Mm.
algorithm absolutely loved that. TikTok loved that. And I made $7,000 off of one slideshow.
Really?
Yeah,
Fucking
two
hell.
photos, made me 7K. Changed my life.
Jesus. Yo, it's like it's crazy to think about that. Some people like it takes them half a year to make that. In like some poor countries, let's say, and like you are 18 make that off of one slideshow, and
Yeah, I was 19 at the time, but yeah, yeah.
and again, if you told this to your 16-year-old self, I don't, would you think that you would be doing this?
Hell no. Hell no. I couldn't
Yeah.
even imagine, bro. I was stuck on the game playing Fortnite. You know, that's all I cared about.
Bro, I think that most of us were fucking video game addicts for our generation. Like that was me too. I wasn't playing
Yeah.
Fortnite, but I was playing what was
Call of
that
Duty.
game? Uh there were like two games. The Forza Horizon, you know, whatever,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
car.
Car.
I love cars, right? I'm a
Yeah.
big car guy. So I was like, my dream cars, bro. I used to play them in video games, bro, and now literally, this is what I'm working towards, right? The Hellcat is like my first stepping stone. Um, but I remember that I was fucking addicted to that shit, bro. I was like,
I know. Forza 4, I used to play that game every day. My favorite car was the Corvette. It's
which
funny,
one?
man. The Z06. That was my favorite. I
But
think at the
like
time,
the C7, C6,
yeah, I think
what?
the C7 was the only
Yeah,
one at the time.
yeah,
There was no C8.
mm,
And now I'm driving the C8 Stingray.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
beautiful, man.
It's actually crazy, right?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about
Yeah,
that,
I
you know?
once I once got a ride in a Hellcat. My friend on his 30th birthday, he rented it for I
Yeah.
believe a weekend, so like for like 2 days, and he took me on a half an hour ride in it. He dropped me off from the gym, bro. Ever since that day, I knew that I'm getting that car one day, bro. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck it takes. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I'll never forget that day, and I feel like if you even get a taste of something that you really want, now, like let's say you spend a week in Miami or Dubai, or you
Yeah.
rent your dream car and you drive it for a day, or you do something like that, It's
Yeah.
like, or you go to a Rolex shop and you just try on a couple of them. You know, it's like once you like feel it a little bit, you'll never want to go back to pretending you have it, like in a video game, or pretending you have that pretty girl by watching porn or some shit, right? And it's like you actually, it makes you more serious about your goals, I think.
I know. Yeah, this is exactly what I did when I was 19. I spent $1,000 one day for a Lambo Urus, and then I
Jeez.
drove it. I test drove it. I drove it around town, around my hometown. And I realized I need this. I need this shit.
Ah, yeah.
I need it.
Fucking hell, yeah.
It was motivating. So, yeah, to all the people watching, however many people watch, go out, rent that car, rent that watch, do whatever you want, try on that watch, go to that place, do it all. Because at the end of the day, it's the end of the day. It's the end of the day.
And to think about the fact that you already have a C8, you're like halfway there already. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy to think about. How old are you right now?
I'm 20.
Ah, you're 2 years older than me. Interesting,
Yeah.
bro. It feels like nowadays the ambitious ones aren't really like the 25-year-olds no more. It seems like it's like always these 15, 16-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old guys like our ages. But even like guys that are younger than us. I saw not that long ago, there was this one guy that was
All the guys.
50-ish, and he was making like 40 something K a month at 15. I'm like, at 15, bro, at 15 I was beating my meat every day after school. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah.
At 15, I was addicted to Fortnite, playing 12 hours a day.
Yeah. So like, yeah, man. But you know what? I'm happy for them, because I'm happy they got that wake up call like earlier in life, and like even us, we are kind of early. Like, like the older entrepreneurs would tell us that when they were our age, they were wasting their time in the pub or whatever. So like, we're still like young. We still have enough time, but also to always have that urgency and focus. To like not fucking waste a lot of time. Like, what do normal guys our age even do nowadays?
I have no idea, man. I only woke up at 19, 18, That's when I woke up. I started TikTok shop 18. I failed for like 5 months. So 19 was when I first hit my 7K month in one video,
Yeah.
And scaled it to eventually 20, 30, 40K a month.
Jeez.
And then moved to Miami, going to move to Miami, probably. And yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's fucking crazy. What would you say were your biggest failures, like in those first 5 months? What would you say were your biggest mistakes? Why were you failing them?
My biggest mistakes, TikTok kept on banning me. But I feel like we can't blame it on that. So there's got to be something more. I'd have to say it's the college attitude. Okay, when I first got into college, I was partying, wasting time, chasing a woman, and I realized, well, hold on. If I stay like this, I'm gonna end up like everyone else. I'm gonna end up going to the party 30, 40 years old, having fun at the pub, at the bar. I can't live that life. I can't do it. And my biggest struggle, I would say, my biggest problem was I was just distracted everywhere.
Yeah.
Woman over there, parties over there. Yeah.
You know what guys our age will say, like, enjoy your 20s or live your 20s. But I always like respond to that with like, take Drake, for example. He's like, what, 36, 37? Bro, do you think he's not fucking throwing parties on his yachts and he's not having fucking fun? Like, dude is in his mid 30s and I bet that he's having fun. He's living his 30s, better than anybody enjoying their 20s at the club is, really.
Oh yeah. Like, people, I was like one of the youngest people on the yacht. I was 20,
Yeah.
and everyone was saying, "Yo, bro, once you're my age, you're gonna be killing it. You're gonna be killing it." And
Mm.
then, yeah, so it's definitely motivating.
It's also it's kind of like a reality check when you see someone having what you want, you spend time around them, and you literally see that there's not many differences between the two of y'all. It's just he kept consistent at what he was doing, and it's like you realize that that is literally you, but from the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you just a different universe, but we're playing the same
Yeah,
game. We're playing the same game. He just worked a little bit harder.
yeah, and for a longer time, probably.
Oh yeah.
So did you have like any IRL haters like like family friend family old friends from fucking high school or whatever? They were like
Oh yeah.
they were saying you change and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. They used to see my TikToks of me promoting the products. They used to be, what is this kid doing? Look at this guy. He's making TikToks. And
Uh,
then I pull up in my 2025 Corvette to the gym the other day, and from high school. I never go to this gym, but I just
mm,
decided to go because why not? And so EOS, it's called EOS Fitness.
mm.
So I went there, and then all these people from high school I see there. Yo, Nick, put me on, bro, put me on, Nick.
Really?
Yo, bro, we used to be best friends back in high school, and I'm like, no, bro, I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know who you are, bro. And then it's crazy,
Mm.
man.
So like I always thought that this was like a fucking inside joke, but it seems like more and more people have that experience where literally people who used to shit on you for trying something will be the ones who pretend that they believe in you from the beginning. Is that true? Does that actually happen?
Yeah, that actually happens. I I went to just areas. I'm like, yo, bro, I always believed in you, man. We used to be best friends. And the crazy thing, I'll tell a little story here. You know, so 2 years ago, I used to play the game every single day with a group of friends, group of buddies. And so I get on the game. So I come back to my hometown, and then they're like, "Yo, bro, let's hang out." So we get on the game. First. So we get on the game. I haven't touched the game in 2 years, and then as I get on, everything is the exact same. I mean, they talk the same, they act the same, they talk about the same stupid girl, and then they talk about, "Yo, Nick, well, congratulations on the bet, bro. Congratulations on the life, bro. You're doing good."
Mm.
And then so I told one guy, "Yeah, I made 40K in 1 month, 19."
Mm.
He's like, "Oh, 40K? That's decent. That's decent."
Mm.
Keep in mind
He
this
was
guy makes 1K a month. This guy makes
he was
1K a
he
month.
was he was trying to downplay your success, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
that's another hating method, bro.
And then this keep in mind this guy makes 1K a month working at like a fast food restaurant. I'm sitting here like, what am I doing here? But
Mm.
I wanted to do that because I wanted to see what
Mm.
I missed out on. What I
Yeah.
missed out on if I would have stayed in the same position, stayed like
Mm.
them, kept on hanging out with them. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
taught me a lot.
crazy, right? Because it's like time stopped, but it didn't. But those people like literally nothing really changes, Not their habits, not their situations, nothing really.
Nothing. Nothing.
It's crazy how much something can change in like 1 year when you take the right action, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you take any action and you fucking fail, it doesn't fucking matter. You learn so fucking much when you fail forward. Like I'll tell you right now, um, I have like a thumbnail agency, right? But before this, bro, I tried ecom and I I tried cold calling and tried to do landing pages for like some restaurants in my city, etc. And I offered it for like fucking $100, something like that. And those companies didn't take me seriously. Like, who the fuck is this kid, right? I was like 15, 16. But I tried, bro, you know? And I was nervous as fuck taking a cold call, fucking having my fucking... bro, I barely had puberty, bro. My voice was fucking... I sounded like a child. And I just, I still remember those times, bro. And now I'm so glad for that because now I know a little bit about cold calling. I know that I'm not afraid of taking a cold call now. At least that's something. And it just helped me conquer a small fear, and it taught me a bit about sales. Now I will say, it would have been useful to have someone mentor me. It would have been useful to have someone fucking like actually give me feedback on what I was doing, because I was slow as fuck, bro. It took me a long while to learn from my mistakes. You know, I do a mistake 10 times over until I learn my lesson.
I think that's just our human nature, man. You know, we gotta like fail over and over and over again, and then succeed.
Yeah, but also, we're the type of guys that fail and try and learn or just continue. But there are people out there that just fail a couple of times and they get pissed off and they quit. Why? What is the difference between us and them? Like, why do some people, their mentality of failing at something, immediately go to quitting?
I think it's nature versus nurture, man. You know, nurture, how you grew up, who raised you. And then you got nature, you know, how you are intrinsically, you know, how you are made. You're just that way. You know? But I think it's mostly nurture. I was taught to never give up, to keep on going at it, even when shit hits the fan, when life sucks. You know, you gotta just keep on going. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, but that's what separates, you know, the man who tried, the man who gives up.
What would you say was the lowest period of your life?
I'd say the lowest period of my life was when I got fired from 2 jobs and my family told me I was a failure. My parents told me I wouldn't graduate high school because I sucked. And I proved them wrong. I graduated high school, but, you know, with a 4.0 GPA, but now I don't even use that shit any.
Yeah, you don't use it.
Yeah, I don't.
Yo, what do your parents think of you now? You know, you proved them wrong, obviously. Did you ever like did they ever say like they're proud of you or something like
that? I don't think so, man. You know, I was really like the black sheep of the family. You know, everyone had a job. You know, just work a job. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have that life. I don't want to work in a cubicle, talk to some boss to tell me when to pee or poop.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I relate to that. I've had a job at a Tesco before, which is something like Walmart in the US.
Yeah.
And it was fucking horrible, bro. Oh my god. Like, to think about such small problems that literally a boss will yell at you because the bags of chips were had the wrong price on them. Instead of $1.50, it should have been $1.75. And I'm like, such stupid waste of time. I'm literally doing this for like $7 an hour, and I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? I need to find a way out. You know, that was like crazy.
Yeah, I feel like everyone needs to have that feeling like, holy shit, change right now. I'm gonna be stuck like this guy.
Yeah, if you didn't have like the fucking shitty days, you wouldn't be able to appreciate the good ones. You know what I mean? I feel that, because right now it's like what? It's 5:30 a.m. for me, and it's like back then I would have been at my job by now, or like at 6 a.m. my shift would start, so I'd have to get ready. And I'm like, thank God, like I can do whatever the fuck I want with my time now. And that's like just like such a privilege that I'm grateful for now. And I'm grateful that I had that shitty experience, bro.
Yeah, me too. I'm so thankful I got fired from Panda Express.
Uh,
Putting shit in a plate, giving it to someone. I'm so glad I got
mm,
fired from that shitty job.
mm. Do you think like technically, if they tried hard enough for long enough, anybody could make it, or are some people just too far gone?
Um, that's a difficult question. I'd have to say most people don't really try hard. You know,
Mm-hmm.
most people genuinely don't try hard. When I look back, when I try, did I try that hard, or did I try
Mm,
a little bit harder than everyone else?
yeah.
Did I try my hardest? I don't think so. But
Mm.
did I try a little bit harder? Yeah.
Hmm.
So
It's crazy to
yeah,
think about that. Like the person who outruns the tiger isn't the fastest in the group, but just faster than the slowest person.
yeah, faster than the slow person. Yeah,
Yeah. Hey, the tiger's gonna catch whoever he can catch first. So if it's the if fatty, bro, sorry fatty. If it's the fucking guy on the fucking wheelchair, unlucky.
sorry, bro. Sucks to suck, man.
Oh, bro. Nah, that was crazy. But what would you say was the biggest risk you ever took?
The biggest risk I ever took was saying no to my parents. My parents wanted me to
Mm,
live a certain way, live a certain life, but I said no. You know, I want to do my own thing,
yeah.
and that was the biggest risk. The biggest risk I believe anyone could do. It's not taking any risk. That's the
Mm.
biggest risk. Life's
Oh yeah.
risky. Life's risky. We don't even make it out alive. We don't even make it out alive.
Yeah. That's so true actually. Like if you know that you're being authentic to yourself and you know that after this life there'll be another one. You're like you'll try your best for this one, but you'll also go in this one without the fear of dying because you know that there is heaven and hell. And I believe that you just try and have more balls to try harder because you're not holding on to this life so tightly because you know that there is something after this too. So you're like more willing to take risks,
Yeah.
you know? It's like watching a movie. You want to sit in the fucking last row with two girls by your side and have fun whilst you're watching the movie, even though the movie will end. But you still want to have a fun time.
Yeah, for sure. I think the greatest lesson I've learned is, you know, it's not about the success, not about the triumph, but it's about the struggle to get there.
Mm,
Peter de Coubertin, he said that. He's a
mm,
famous like Olympist, I think. He
mm,
said the greatest thing in life is not the success, not the triumph, not the fancy watch, not the Lambo, Miami penthouse. No, it's the struggle to get there.
mm,
That's what I play in my head every once in a while.
mm. Like, bro, before you got your Corvette, I just like take me through that night, like before you went to the dealership to pick the vet up. Like, what
Yeah,
were you? Did you sleep that night, bro? What were you thinking?
yeah. So the thing is, I actually called them up. It was in New Hampshire. It was a special
Mm-hmm.
a spec that I wanted.
Mm.
Just had everything I wanted. So I actually had to call them up and place the order, put the money down, and then they shipped it out to me.
Mm.
And then during that time, I was just sitting there thinking, like, after all this time, you know, saying I'm gonna buy the Corvette,
Mm-hmm.
manifesting it into reality, it came true. You know, it came
Mm.
true, and anyone can do that if they actually try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, did it feel real in the moment?
it felt like, you know, when life always has a purpose, when everything comes into play.
Mm.
It felt like kind of like deja vu, you know,
Ah. Yeah,
like
that makes sense.
it's just like meant to be, you know.
Uh. You know, when you get the momentum, a lot of people get complacent, they fall off. How do you keep the momentum going? How do you make sure that you keep the success long term? That's my question.
The success long term is there's this graph. I forgot who made it, but it goes like this: the first peak, that's when you find your success, and then there's a huge drop. And I feel like that's everyone's
Mm.
life. Success drop. It's called the valley of despair. When nothing seems to
Mm.
go right, when you're stuck, trying everything, trying this, trying that, but nothing seems to work. But the only way is up. And
Mm.
that's when it goes like this, all the way to the moon.
Mm.
So that's when I look at that.
What's your long term vision? What do you want to do when you're 23?
When I'm 23, I should have accomplished most things that I want to accomplish. Become a become a multimillionaire, obviously. Um,
Mm.
Travel the world. I've traveled to a couple places, not as many as I
Mm.
want to, and maybe probably have my own company or agency or
Mm.
business. Maybe I've been working with many of agencies. I've actually worked for Jordan Belfort, Alex Sedlak,
Mm.
pretty big names in the space.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot and probably start my own.
Mm. Yeah. Interesting. That is absolutely 100% um achievable, obviously, but probable to happen. Because thinking of how how hard you're working and how much you've accomplished by now, it's like someone would be stupid enough to take a bet against you. That I'd consider that person like a retard, kind of, at this point.
Yeah, man. There's plenty of retards out there.
Bro, there are so many people, or like so many people. They know that they're wrong, but they just hate just to hate because they can't. Because they know that if they accept the truth, and if they admit that they know that you're probably gonna keep being successful, that then shines a light on their inadequacies. It shows that they came from where you came from, but they didn't do anything, and they're still not doing anything with their lives. That's
Yeah,
the
man.
reason why people hate, I believe, the most.
Yeah, I like to win, but I also like other people to see me win. It's
Ah,
like
yeah, of course.
maybe that's a little bit egotistical. Maybe it's flauntatious. Maybe I shouldn't do that. But
Mm.
I like other people to see me doing better than them. That's what I want. I want to steal their energy. I want to
Also,
take it.
I believe that's a good thing because it inspires more people to see that it's possible.
Yeah, definitely does.
Like, I'm sure you've changed a lot of people's lives, even indirectly, by just them looking at this kid is so similar to me. Like, he's literally just a year older than me. Like, holy shit, all of this is so possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we grew up in the same place, same time,
Yeah.
but he's just a little bit ahead. What
Mm.
does he know that I don't?
Yeah. Do you have someone that you look up to now or someone that inspires you?
I'd have to say, my father, like I said before,
Mm.
still very hardworking man. He's tried his best, and yeah, like I said before, I like Luke Belmar. He's a
Mm.
big inspiration. I like his
Mm.
teachings, his message.
And you know, if you look at the archetype of a hater, like the type of person who hates, they're never the type of people that you would like to be, actually. They're always like some fucking nerd that literally is living in his mama's basement and is literally lonely and just wishes to be someone else. That's why he hates. And that's what he's on his computer all day long being a keyboard warrior.
Yeah, definitely. I had a bunch of haters when I started, but the main thing I learned is that let the haters hate. Let them, just let them. They're not going anywhere. They still gonna be in your comments, giving you more
Mm.
views. I actually used to comment bait people. I would say like in the
Ah.
comments, "You're broke, you're poor," and they would
Mm.
send me paragraphs, paragraphs, paragraphs. But they didn't know
Yeah.
it was getting me more views, getting me more
Yeah.
sales.
It's crazy, bro. And I mean, what can people even hate about you, really? What did they say?
I think the most comments I get is because I'm brown, because I'm not
Ah.
white. That's the biggest comment I get. But at the same time, you know, I hype mog them, I rich mog them.
Yeah.
I mog them in general. You
And
know,
also, if you look at it, bro, you don't see a rich black man and a rich white man, bro. They don't give a shit. You know what I mean? It's like it seems like the fucking people who have nothing to do with their time even care about this stuff of shit. You know what I mean?
exactly, man. When I went on the yacht, when I went to Miami, nobody judged me.
Yeah.
They saw a man making money,
Yeah.
and they saw that guy, and they said, "Let me connect with him. Let me be his friend. What does he know?" Nobody said, "Oh, you're brown. I don't want to talk to you."
Yeah.
They said, "Let's connect."
Yeah. You know, a lot of people say be realistic, and I fucking hate that word because really, if you 100 years back would say that you could have this thing, put it to your ear, and a person on the other side of the world could hear you, they would say that's not realistic. Yet it still happened. So it's like what people deem as realistic now, unrealistic now, is irrelevant because what is realistically possible is not within their periphery. It is not between what they can see or how far can they see. But what's the difference between being realistic and being ambitious? Because some kids, like I'll see some 14-year-old kids say, "I'm gonna be a millionaire in 6 months," and I'm like, hold on. Like, come on, like making $1 million in 6 months when you've never had no success in business before, you're retarded. Okay. Yeah. So like
Yeah.
how do you balance like having big goals but also the ones that if you don't achieve them it's okay because you've made progress and you're coming closer towards them.
Yeah, I'd say to all the haters, to all the downkeepers, the sun slappers,
Mm.
fuck being realistic. Fuck
Yeah.
being realistic. Everyone told me to be realistic. And now I
Mm.
pop out a 2025 Corvette. But whatever. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
And
it's
everyone told me be realistic. It's not gonna work out. Just get a stable job, stable income. But why would I listen to
yeah.
you when you don't live the life I want to live?
Yeah. Like realistically, if you ask any millionaire, is it possible to get 10K a month within a year or two? Yeah, he'd say yeah, absolutely. If you try hard enough and if you work hard enough, right? If you stick at it for long enough. If you ask a person making 1K a month, they'll say fuck no, no, that's not possible. You know. It's like, who do you want to listen to? Someone who has had that experience or someone who had never had that experience? You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
asking a person who's never stepped in the ring before, is boxing dangerous? And they say yes. But you ask a boxer, is boxing dangerous? And they'll say, well, yeah, but it's worth it, right? It's like ask someone that has experience in what you actually want from your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like asking a fish, what's it like to
Ah,
be out of water?
yeah,
They don't know. They never been out of
yeah,
water.
yeah.
But
It's fucking crazy, bro. A lot of people are like fishes, bro. A lot of people are literally like fishes, bro. Probably even IQ wise.
yeah, fishes in the bowl that they've been trapped by society, that from the people above, from people who know the game,
Yeah.
school, scam,
And
you
then
know,
crabs in a bucket. They're real.
yeah, just kicks the bucket. That's their life. Done.
Yeah. You know what? I do feel for guys that haven't made any progress and they do get a lot of shit on, but they have nothing to back up what they are working at on. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they're still in the trenches. And bro, I still humbly am, right? But I've still at least made the type of progress where when I show people my results, they're like, oh, okay, fair enough. But I know that, bro, not that long ago, I didn't. And I know what that fucking feels like, bro. When it's basically like your parents think you're a fucking retard. If you have siblings, bro, they're like, what the fuck is he doing, you know? And
Yeah.
it's just like, they think you're a failure until you win. Or at least until you progress and get closer to that, right? What would you say to a guy that's currently going through a shitty fucking phase of entrepreneurship where they're not as successful as they want to be yet, but they're also not losers like their friends. So they're losing their current friends who are loser, which is a good thing, but they're still not good enough for their friends that they want to be with, the successful people or the
Yeah,
ambitious.
I'd say that's very hard, man. Finding friends is probably the hardest part on the same
Mm,
level as the only way you can do that is by Discord or TikTok or Instagram. You know, you're not gonna find them in your hometown. You're probably not gonna find them.
no.
But the biggest advice I have for someone struggling right now is to fail harder, fail faster. Biggest thing
Mm,
that led to my success was failure. I failed so many times that eventually it just worked. Eventually I just got to that level. Eventually I just, got on a yacht in Miami
mm.
because I failed so much. That's what led to my success.
Yeah. It's crazy that I'm talking about this now when in 2 months from now, on November the 12th, right, I'm moving into Warsaw, the capital city of Poland, with four of the other guys that I've met online, right? And they're also entrepreneurs. One of them is a trader, the other one is a YouTuber, and the other two are also doing trading. And it's crazy that we're all moving in together now when we met a year ago online, you know? And we met in the school community. And it's just crazy to think about how all this came into fruition. It's because five guys with the same goal, like a few thousand kilometers away from each other, are literally moving. One of them is moving from England. You know, we're
Yeah.
all moving from different countries to Poland to move in together, rent a big apartment together, and literally work on our goals together. And I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, why do not more people do this? Like, it's holy shit, bro. I can't wait. Because we already had a meetup not that long ago, and that was the best fucking week of my life. So it's like, I know exactly what that's gonna be like. Why do you think more people are not like doing this type of stuff?
Yeah, I feel like fraternity is the hardest part to find. You're either A, with the losers at the bottom,
Mm,
having fun, drinking, smoking, all of that. And then either B, it's really extremely hard to find people on the same mindset as you. I don't think I
mm.
know a single person in my hometown that wanted to be
In
the
my
best.
hometown, I do not either.
Yeah. I didn't find anyone that wanted the best, that wanted this car, wanted this watch, wanted this
Mm,
lifestyle. Nobody wanted it.
yeah, I do actually believe that you meet these people online, not in real life, because the chance is so small that that running guy from the gym is locked in like you are. I don't think that is that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never met someone like that.
yeah, me neither. In real life, like just like randomly like that, hell no. Like no. But it's like also so many people use the excuse, ah, no, but he lives far away from me. But that's also not an excuse because one guy from Romania, another one from Poland, another one from England is moving into the same place. They're literally flying across the globe to move in together because it's so rare to find people with the same mindset. And this is why I think that always, bro, always, I never understood people that are afraid to invest in themselves. You know, like find a community, find someone who you have something to learn from and pay them to coach you. Like find like invest in yourself. You know, they don't believe that they can. They don't believe that they are gonna work hard enough to achieve it. I think that's the main reason why people don't.
Yeah, definitely. You know what the old saying says? Scared money don't make money.
Ah, yeah.
At 17, at 19, I think I lost over 70 grand in crypto. And to
Jesus.
me at the time, that was almost all my money. And
Mm.
I was sad, I was horrible, I was depressed. And then I went to a Bible study. I never go to Bible study. But I went to Bible study and it said,
Mm.
lean not on your own understanding, but lean on his. Trust in
Mm.
God, and it will be however you want it to be.
Mm.
The man who has faith can believe, the man who can believe in anything.
Mm.
Anything is possible. And now I'm working for Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street. I'm working for him at just 20 years old.
That's crazy.
Driving my dream car in Miami on a yacht on a random Friday. We're on a yacht.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy how the world works. It's crazy how it all aligns to God's plan.
Yeah. And especially think that that all came from a little kid with a dream. You know what I mean?
A little kid with a dream and a notebook right here.
Ah, yeah, bro. I have so many fucking journals too, bro, that I've just
Yeah.
filled up, bro. And I just sometimes look back at them and I'm like, this is where it all started, bro. It really is.
Yeah.
I wanted to get in some rapid fire questions before we wrap up.
Yeah. Let's do
Ready?
it.
Let's do them. What's the best and worst advice you've been given?
The best advice I've been given is take the biggest risks while you're young. Take all the risks you can, because at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, you're either going to say, I took that risk, it worked out,
Mm.
or I didn't take that risk and I didn't find out.
Mm.
That's the biggest advice.
The
And the
second
worst
one is
advice,
worse.
and the worst advice I would say is the worst advice is people telling me that I need a job or a
Mm.
9 to 5 to be successful.
Mm.
No, people want to live my life now. Like I'm not saying I've made it. I'm not saying I'm that guy, but I have people DMing me every day. Yo, bro, you're inspiring. I want to be just like you, bro. How'd you do it? And that touches your soul, it touches your heart. And I
Yeah.
realize, look at the impact I'm making on the younger people.
And
And look
also,
up to
like,
me.
for your age, you've made it, bro. You're, like, in the top 1% of income for 20-year-olds. It's okay to, like, have some fucking confidence and say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say I made it. I'm like all the
Yeah,
way up.
yeah, of course, of course, of course. We have bigger goals. Like, you do realize also a lot of people, if they had, like, a week in your life, they would get so comfortable. They would not work. And they'd just lose it. You know what I mean? So I
For
feel
sure.
like keeping that hunger alive is also a part of the game that you have to master.
Yeah, for sure.
Like not get complacent at any point.
That's tough for a lot of people, man.
Mm. But I think that just comes from literally just having bigger goals than just like 10K a month is nice, but after that, it's like don't cross that bridge when you get there. But like keep in mind that that's not the end goal. You should never have like an end goal.
Yeah, and then you realize, but in the grand scheme of things, 10K a month, not that much money. It's
Some
not that
people
much
make
money.
that in a week,
In
in
a
a
year.
day.
Some people it takes them a year to make that.
I think you have to be in a really poor country in fucking
Yeah.
Asia to like maybe make that in a year. But yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, man. I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is I have two favorite quotes.
Mm.
but I would say my favorite quote is from Peter de Coubertin. The main important thing in life is not the fancy watches, not the success, not the triumph, but the struggle to get there. The struggle to get all those things. That's the most important thing in life. And then another one from the Bible is a mind governed by the spirit is death. A mind governed by the spirit, a mind governed by the flesh is death. But a mind governed by the spirit is life and peace. So it goes back directly into the law of attraction, the law of assumption. As you think, you become. So if I think positive, positive things will happen. If I think negative, negative things will happen.
God damn, bro. Those are some really good two quotes.
Yeah.
What was your proudest moment in your life?
What was my promise? What did you say?
Your proudest moment.
My proudest moment was probably when I bought my dream car.
Ah, yeah.
When
That makes sense. I should have thought about it. Yeah.
Yeah, when it showed up and I test drove it for the first time. I never even test drove a Corvette. I never even drove one. I had a mom car that was like older than me. It was all rinky, raggedy, cranky. You know, it was shit. And I go to a Corvette. That was the proudest moment of my life.
Yeah. It's so crazy to think about it, man. What do you think will come next after the Corvette?
After the Corvette is definitely a Lamborghini.
Yeah. I think a Huracan or a Aventador would suit you very well.
Yeah, like Storado. It's the off-road Lamborghini. Beautiful.
Honestly, bro, might be a controversial opinion, but I'm not a very big fan of that. I feel like that's like putting something salty on something that's supposed to be sweet. It's like it's just combining something that doesn't work together, in my opinion, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely an acquired taste. You know, I like I think off road, like as a Lambo, it's just like something you never heard of. You know, different.
Yeah, it's definitely quirky.
Yeah.
I just feel like if I was to go off roading, bro, I'd take a TRX or something like that, bro. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'd have like some a Lambo for the road, etc. But hey, that's just my taste, man. But it's like
combining luxury and off road, like that's kind of crazy to think about. That's kind of like, whoa, I've never seen that before. Let me try that. Let me have a taste of that.
I mean, kind of, but that's like boxing with pillows, don't you think?
Boxing with
pillows. It's like basically, it's like you're trying luxury with off-roading. It's like, but it's not really that comfortable if you're off-roading. So that's like not the point of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey man, it's just like it's just my people, man. Maybe it's weird, but yeah.
I see what you mean, man. Boxing with pillows.
How would you describe yourself in, let's say, 2 words?
Describe myself in 2 words. I would say fast paced and I have to think about that. Yeah, I'd say fast paced and a character, you know. I like to be loud, I like to be obnoxious, you know, I like to have some character, some emotion. I don't want to be just that chill dude. No, I gotta be crazy every once in a while. Switch it up on people, you know?
Yeah, but that's also what makes people remember you, you know?
Yeah.
Or like, there are so many guys that try to be like nonchalant, just like trying to be mysterious, and I'm like, bro, nobody gives a shit, bro. Like, if Kanye did that, okay, but it's like you, bro, people are gonna not gonna remember you if you just like don't show your personality. You know what I mean?
Like, bro, just be yourself.
Yeah, like, that's not who you really are deep in yourself, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah.
For most people, yeah. Okay, man, this was a lot of fun, man. What's next for you? What are you doing the rest of the year? Which is really just 2 months left of this year. That's crazy.
Yeah. What's next for me? Finish Q4, make a
Mm,
lot of money,
yeah.
go to Miami, maybe tour a penthouse where I want to stay,
Mm,
maybe sign the lease, maybe go somewhere. Definitely lock in for Q4, make a bunch
mm,
of money. That's the goal for now.
yeah. You know what's crazy, bro? Literally last night, like literally like 8 hours ago, I didn't go to sleep. I just stayed up tonight. But it's like we launched a coin, a meme coin, and it completely flopped. Okay,
Yep.
me with my friends, bro. And I lost like $200, and it was like I was kind of pissed off, bro, because we really put a lot of work into the art for it, etc. And I just like thought to myself, well, I mean, I'm gonna remember this day one day in the future. I'm just gonna laugh at it. So literally, like we were like angry at it for like a few minutes, but then realized that there's nothing we can do about it. It was probably our fault. And then we literally are talking about the next one we're gonna launch and try again. In a couple of days. So it's like might lose some more money, might learn some more lessons, but hey, we learned about we there were too many of us sniping in and aping it too much at the beginning, and also the dev didn't sell. So basically we fucked up on that, right? So we're
Oh,
gonna try
well,
again. But it's like I probably wouldn't have learned that unless I lost the $200. Because if I lost like $20, it wouldn't have hurt me that much, and I wouldn't have paid attention. You know what I mean?
yeah, me too. I've dabbled in meme coins a lot. I've lost money, made a lot of, you know.
Yeah, but it's like, hey, man, the risk big, win big, or lose big. But really, if you're not where you want to be in life yet, and you're young and you don't have a kid or anything, you don't have that much to lose. Like you lose and you just build it back up. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, risk it all, no risk, no Rari.
Yeah.
That's how the game works.
Mm. Bro, I remember one day, bro, we were trading. It was 2024 winter last year.
Oh,
But we sniped one coin, bro, and I made like $900 in one day out of like I aped in like 150, and I made 900, or like that was like 750 profit, and I never forgot that day. And I just literally remember that this is what I at my last job used to work for 3-4 weeks to make $750, and
yeah.
now I literally made that like with a few clicks just by sniping a fucking meme code. And that was when I realized, okay, we need to figure this shit out somehow. There is a tactic behind it.
Oh,
Yeah,
did
but
you
that
did
by the way,
you
that was just pure luck, bro. We were copy trading. We were just tracking a couple of wallets, and that was just pure luck. So,
did you
yeah.
did you lose it or you kept it?
The 750, I took some profits, obviously, but then I aped in and some other coins, etc. But I took a few $100 as profits, and I just had fun with. But yeah, man, I do feel like tracking wallets and copy trading in Nasdaq does work, but you're also not learning any skills yourself. You're not learning how to literally like see a coin and within 1 or 2 minutes decide if you're gonna ape it or not, if it's like worth it or not, if it's gonna be a rug or not, if it's gonna all of this stuff. So it's like that's why I think that failing, losing money, and then learning out of those lessons is pretty important. Not just relying on someone else that is a
Yeah,
good trader.
it's the only way. It's the only way. There's no
Yeah,
other way.
because like a lot of guys, they will have like a lot of guys will pay a friend to copy trade, just like track their wallets and just like, hey man, ape into whatever he apes into, right? And but there's no skill into that, and also you're then blaming that person because you lost money, whereas crypto is all fucking big risk. It's like that's
Yeah.
just stupid in my opinion.
Oh yeah. I've learned a lot of lessons in that shit.
a lot of people try to do it that way. Try to take it the easy way. You know what I mean? Try to cheat. Try to. It doesn't work long term. It doesn't.
Nah,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Bro, this was so much fun, bro. I'm sure we're gonna talk off camera later. But where can people find you?
People can find me nlh.nick on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And then Nick Hoskin is just my YouTube.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Okay.
post a vlog right there soon, actually, on Miami trip.
Yo, I can't wait, bro. I'm gonna watch that shit, bro.
Yeah, it was live. Penthouse, yacht, car meet, everything you think of.
That'll be fun, bro. Guys, thanks a lot for watching till the end, and catch you on the next one.
Nice meeting you, bro.